the work-life balance trap, and the Stoic fix. You're not lazy, you're trapped in a fake goal, perfect 50-50 balance. You grind all week, crash on Saturday, feel guilty Sunday, and promise a better schedule Monday, then repeat. That swing isn't your fault. The model is broken. Here's the fix: replace balance with control. I'll show you a Stoic framework that cuts guilt, clarifies priorities, and keeps your ambitions sustainable. You'll get a 60-second control check you can use today, plus a simple 3-part routine. We'll expose the 3 lies of balance and the metric that proves this works. Quick win first, then the theory. The 60-second control check. If you've been chasing balance with more apps, longer routines, or stricter rules, you've probably noticed it doesn't stick. The fast relief isn't in another schedule, it's in changing where you aim your effort. The 60-second control check is the reset you can run anytime your brain hits a guilt spiral or your day explodes. Here's how it works. Grab a note or open a doc. Step 1, list today's top 3 priorities. Not 10, 3. Step 2, label each one with C, I, or U, controllable, influence, or uncontrollable. Step 3, commit effort only where you have control, pick one small lever in the influence lane, and release the rest. That's it. Why this matters right now? Guilt usually comes from confusing outcomes with actions, a core insight behind cognitive behavioral therapy, which drew on Stoic ideas about judgments driving emotions. You can't control whether a client replies today, whether the algorithm boosts your post, or whether the flight is delayed. You can control whether you send the proposal, publish the post, or build a buffer. The control check moves you from anxiety to action in under a minute. Let me show you exactly how. Say your 3 today are: 1. Finish a report. 2. Get a client response. 3. Protect your health. The report is controllable. You can draft, edit, and submit. The client response is influence or uncontrollable. You can't make them reply, but you can increase the odds. Your health is controllable. You can book a workout, prep lunch, and get to bed on time. Now assign actions. For the report, block 90 minutes and finish the conclusion. For the client, send 1 concise follow-up and offer 2 clear time options. Then set a decision time. If no reply by 3 p.m., you move ahead with Plan B. For health, schedule a 30-minute walk at 5:30 and put your phone in another room by 10 p.m. Notice the shift. We rewrote outcomes as efforts. Not land the deal, but send 3 proposals. Not get 10K views, but publish, optimize title, reply to comments. Not be healthy, but walk 30 minutes, protein at lunch, 8 hours of sleep. This is where the guilt drops. You win today by doing what's yours to do, not by forcing what is. The thing most people miss is fake controllables. Opinions, metrics you don't own, luck, other people's timelines. Your brain loves to put those onto your plate because they feel important. Catch them. If it depends on someone else's, yes. If an algorithm decides it, if it's random timing, it's not control. Move it to influence or accept. Let me give you a fast checklist you can use right now. Write your top 3. For each, ask, can I do this alone today with no one else's permission? If yes, it's control. If not, ask, can I raise the odds with 1 lever? That's influence. Choose 1 lever only. If neither applies, it's accept. You note it, release it, and redirect your energy. Common mistakes to avoid. Labeling everything as control because you're anxious. That's perfectionism in disguise. Overloading the influence lane with 5 levers. 1 lever per day keeps you focused. Pretending to accept while still refreshing your inbox every 3 minutes. That's not acceptance, that's rumination. Quick win time. Take 60 seconds. Top 3, write them. Label C, I, or U. For each C, pick a single visible action. For I, choose 1 lever, a follow-up, a nudge, a clarifier, or an escalation window. For you, write a 1-line acceptance. I'll revisit at 3 p.m., back to my plan. Set a timer for your first control action and start now. Last week, a client ran this on a day that was off the rails. Team delay, babysitter canceled, looming deadline. Their list looked like this: deadline draft C, team dependency I, meeting schedule change U. They shipped the draft's hard parts first, sent 1 clear escalation message with options, and accepted the meeting move while blocking 20 minutes to prep. By noon, guilt was gone and the most important work was off their mind. The difference wasn't more hours, it was better aim. If you remember nothing else from this section, effort is your win condition. The reason this works is simple. Your brain calms down when you stop negotiating with reality. You direct energy into what responds, and you stop pouring willpower into walls. You felt a bit of relief just hearing that, right? Good. We'll use this control check throughout the video, but now we need to expose why the idea of balance keeps failing you. It's not your discipline. It's the 3 lies baked into the balance story. Once we kill those, the Stoic framework will make sense instantly. The 3 lies of balance. Let's pull the mask off the balance idea. The promise sounds nice. Equal parts career and life, tidy calendar, permanent calm. But the guilt you feel isn't from not trying hard enough. It's from 3 baked-in lies that set you up to lose before you start. Lie number 1, the 50-50 math. Real life doesn't split into perfect slices, it moves in seasons. Launch season, recovery season, caring for a parent season, training season. If you insist on half and half every week, you'll call necessary seasons failure and drown in shame. The thing most people miss is that seasons aren't excuses, they're constraints. Once you name the season, you can set floors and ceilings that make sense. In a launch season, your ceiling for work goes up and your floor for health becomes non-negotiable. In a family-heavy season, your meeting ceiling drops and your connection floor rises. It's uneven by design, and that's not a bug. Why this matters? When you judge yourself with hours math, you make progress feel wrong. You finish a focused 90 minutes of deep work and still feel behind because the clock didn't say 4 hours. Or you play with your kids for 45 minutes and discount it because it wasn't a full afternoon. Hours are a proxy, not the goal. Replace evenness with fit for the season. The quick win here is simple. Declare your current season in 1 line and choose 1 thing you'll do more of and 1 thing you'll do less of for 4 weeks. You'll feel the pressure drop immediately. Lie number 2, the perfect schedule. We treat our plans like they're contracts with the universe, but life is probabilistic. Commutes shift, clients ghost, servers go down, kids get sick. A schedule without buffers is plan worship. It breaks the first time reality shows up. The reason this hurts your confidence is you interpret variance as personal failure instead of statistical noise. Now here's where most people mess up. They try to fix this with more detail, 10-minute blocks, color codes, 12 reminders, so the plan gets heavier and even more fragile. Better method. Build schedules with buffers, ceilings, and decision windows. Add 15% flex to your day. Cap meetings. Leave a 30-minute contingency block after any high-stakes event. Create a decision window-like. If X isn't done by 2 p.m., I switch to Y. Once you nail that, everything else clicks because you stop overfitting your life to yesterday's forecast. Line number 3, earned peace. You tell yourself, I'll feel balanced once I hit this milestone. New role, salary band, revenue target, perfect body, inbox 0, then you'll relax. Accept the finish line moves. Outcome-based worth guarantees whiplash. 1 win, you're up. 1 miss, you're down. Stoics flip this. Balance isn't later. It's a daily practice now. Peace is earned by doing the right thing today, regardless of the score. This clicked for me when a client won a campaign and still felt hollow because they'd cut corners to get there. Outcome up, self-respect down. The fix is virtue metrics, judging your day by courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom, measured as behaviors you control. This aligns with Stoic ethics from Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. Character is within your power, externals are not. If you remember nothing else here, stability comes from inputs you own, not outcomes you rent. Let's tie the errors together. Core mistake 1, hours math, assuming equal time equals equal life. Core mistake 2, plan worship, treating estimates like guarantees and forgetting buffers. Core mistake 3, outcome-based worth, letting external results rate your character. These create the overwork crash guilt loop. You overstuff the week to hit an even split, the plan shatters, you feel defective, and you promise to do even more next week. Therefore, you need new defaults. Seasons instead of slices, constraints instead of fantasies, virtues instead of results. Here's the immediate application. Right now, name your season in 5 words. Next, impose 2 constraints, a ceiling for the thing that tends to sprawl and a floor for the thing that preserves you. Example, launch season, 4 meeting cap, 7-hour sleep floor. Then install 1 buffer, a 15% time margin or a daily contingency block. Finally, choose 1 virtue behavior as your day's success metric. Ship a draft before noon, stop work at 6 p.m., mentor 1 person, or do a 5-minute review. You'll feel less guilt because your goals now match reality. A quick micro story. A manager I coach kept failing at family dinners 5 nights a week. Corporate chaos made it impossible, so every missed dinner felt like a moral failure. We reframed the season, unpredictable quarter, set a meeting ceiling and an evening floor. No laptop at the table, even if dinner starts late. We added a buffer, Wednesday pizza night as a standing plan. The guilt dissolved because the commitments were achievable under variance. Rehook for what's next. If these lies create the loop, the Stoic antidote kills all 3 at once. It gives you clarity on where to aim, metrics that stabilize your self-respect, and a way to design for friction instead of pretending it won't happen. Up next is the fundamental shift that turns this from theory into daily control. The CI, a model you can run every morning in 2 minutes. This is the identity shift, from balance chaser to standards-driven operator. The fundamental shift, dichotomy of control, CIA. Before we continue, you need to understand the lens that makes everything we've done actually stick. It's the Stoic dichotomy of control, Epictetus. What's up to us and what isn't? But we'll use a 3-lane version so you can plan with nuance. Control, influence, accept. CIA, every priority goes in 1 lane every morning. Why this works? When you jam everything into control, you burn out trying to force outcomes. When you dump everything into accept, you slide into passivity. Influence is the lever in the middle that stops both problems. The reason this reduces panic is your brain finally gets a map. Here's what I drive, here's what I can nudge, here's what I let be while I move on. Let me show you exactly how to run the 3 columns planning in 2 minutes. Open a blank note. Column 1, control, stuff you can complete alone today without anyone's permission. Column 2, influence, outcomes you can't force, but you can raise the odds with 1 action. Column 3, accept, things that are real, relevant, but outside your power today. Populate each with specifics, not wishes. Control might be draft page 2, book workout, prep slides. Influence might be send escalation with 2 options. Get feedback by offering a short loom. Request timeline decision by 3 p.m. Accept might be supplier backlog, policy change, market response. Now assign effort, control gets time blocks. Influence gets 1 lever, chosen deliberately. Accept gets a 1-line acknowledgement and a revisit time. Here's a concrete example. Your team misses a dependency and the delivery date is at risk. Control, you can prep the alternate plan, escalate respectfully, and build the part that doesn't rely on the missing piece. Influence, you can clarify the impact, propose 2 realistic dates, and ask for a commit by noon. Accept, the original date is no longer viable. You note the new date once decided and stop arguing with it. The game changer nobody talks about is that you regain momentum even before the dependency moves, because control work advances the ball. Now here's where most people mess up, spiritual bypass. They slap accept on something to look calm, but inside they still care and they stop acting. Acceptance in Stoicism isn't apathy, it's clarity. You accept the facts while you maximize your levers. This is the same skill CBT trains: dispute unhelpful beliefs, choose effective behavior. If you remember nothing else, accept means no tantrums, no denial, and then do the next right thing in control or influence. Let's run a 60-second, what's my lever? Micro-triage for influence items. Ask 3 questions. What does progress look like from their side? What's the smallest ask that moves us forward? What deadline or alternative can I name to create clarity? Then pick 1 lever only. Examples: a 2-sentence email with a yes-no choice, a calendar link with 2 slots, a pre-filled draft they can edit, a brief escalation that states stakes and options. The reason this works is you remove friction for the other person, and you stop thrashing. Common mistakes to avoid in the lanes. Control inflation. You call something controllable because you can work on it. If completion depends on someone else, it's not control, it's influence. Influence clutter. Stacking 5 levers for the same outcome today. Choose 1 lever per day. Multiple nudges feel like noise. Accept as avoidance. You park something in accept because it's uncomfortable, not uncontrollable. If there's a lever, it belongs in influence. Quick win you can apply today. Draw CIA at the top of your to-do list. Move items into lanes. For every control item, write 1 visible action and a start time. For every influence item, write the single lever and the decision window. For every accept, write, not mine to force, revisit time, Start with the top control action. Notice the immediate drop in background stress. Microstory: a product lead I coach was spiraling over a third-party API outage. They kept refreshing status pages and hounding engineers. Zero control, high cortisol. We did CIA in 3 minutes. Control: finalize the comms template, create an in-product notice, adjust the onboarding funnel. Influence: request a rollback window and a courtesy ETA from the vendor with 2 options. Accept: outage timing. By lunch, customers were informed, the funnel was patched, and the team's heart rate was back to normal. The outage still sucked, the day didn't. Once you nail this lens, everything else clicks. Your weekly season map gets cleaner because you stop promising outcomes and start scheduling efforts. Your daily virtue block becomes real because it focuses you on courageous, wise actions, not wishful thinking. And when chaos hits, the 24-hour reset is simply CIA on fast forward. The payoff is control without rigidity, influence without drama, acceptance without resignation. Virtue over outcome, character as KPI. This is the shift that stabilizes your self-respect. Judge your day by character, not by scoreboard. Outcomes swing. Virtues compound. When you make courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom your KPIs, you stop riding emotional roller coasters and start building a spine that holds under pressure. Why it matters? If results define you, you'll chase, panic, and compromise. If virtues define you, you'll act well regardless of luck. That's the stable path to ambition without burnout. The reason this is powerful is simple. It puts success back inside your control. You can't guarantee a yes, but you can guarantee you showed up bravely, fairly, wisely, and with self-control. Let me make each virtue practical. We'll pick one behavior per virtue per season, clear, observable, finishable. No vague ideals, just reps you can count. Courage: the thing most people miss is that courage isn't dramatic, it's consistent exposure to discomfort. Define one ship behavior that edges you forward daily. Examples: publish a draft every weekday before noon. Make the uncomfortable ask once per day. Say the true thing in the meeting without hedging. Why this matters: avoidance quietly kills momentum. When courage is your KPI, you're rewarded for the attempt, not the applause. Quick application: write your single courageous act for this season. Make it binary. Did you do it today, yes or no? Temperance: this is restraint that protects your best work and your life. Most people burn out not from one huge push, but from leaking across boundaries. One more email, one more scroll, one more meeting. Pick a stop rule. Examples: stop work at 6 p.m., phone stays outside bedroom, no meetings before 10 a.m., 2 coffees max before noon. The reason this works is ceilings force you to prioritize and finish, and floors for rest keep you human. Common mistake: turning temperance into purity, one miss and you quit. Don't. Aim for consistency, not perfect streaks. Justice: justice is how you treat people and yourself in the pursuit of goals. It's not grandstanding, it's fairness in small decisions. Choose one relational behavior. Examples: mentor one person weekly, give credit publicly within 24 hours, respond to team blockers same day, keep promises, or renegotiate early. Why it matters: when wins come at the cost of trust, your success feels hollow and unstable. Justice as KPI keeps you proud of how you win. Quick win: schedule a 20-minute slot each Friday labeled Lift Someone. Wisdom: wisdom is applied reflection. Learn, decide, adapt, make it a habit. Examples: nightly 5-sentence review, weekly post-mortem on one decision, 10 minutes of reading and one note, morning control check plus one choice you'll reverse if new info arrives. The thing most people miss is that wisdom needs a loop. Observe, adjust, try again. Without reflection, you repeat mistakes and call it bad luck. Now operationalize. Create a virtue KPI card for your season, 4 checkboxes per day, 1 per virtue. Keep thresholds humane. 70% adherence wins the week. That's deliberate. It fights the perfectionism trap and acknowledges variance. If you remember nothing else, success is measured in inputs you own. Outcomes are bonuses, not identity. Let me show you exactly how to set your seasonal behaviors in 2 minutes. Step 1, write your season label at the top. Example: Q2 launch plus family events. Step 2, pick one behavior per virtue. Courage: ship 1 page before noon. Temperance: stop work at 6 p.m., no slack after. Justice: 1 proactive help per day. Wisdom: 5-sentence nightly review. Step 3, define good enough frequency. 5 days out of 7 or 70% weekly. Step 4, put the card where you can't miss it, on your desk or your notes app home. Common mistakes and fixes. Perfection creep, you add second behaviors per virtue. Resist, 1 per virtue per season. Change only after 4 weeks. Vague verbs, be brave, reflect more. Rewrite as actions, send hard email, write 5 sentences. Shame spiral, you miss a day and make it moral. No, treat misses as data. Ask, was this a ceiling issue, a season mismatch, or poor placement in the day? Then adjust. Micro story. A founder I coached tied their worth to revenue. Every dip wrecked their mood and decision quality. We installed virtue KPIs. Courage equals make 1 outbound ask before 10 a.m. Temperance equals 90-minute deep block, then stop at 6. Justice equals weekly customer thank you note. Wisdom equals nightly 3-bullet review. Revenue still had swings, but their days felt 1 more often. Decisions got cleaner, sleep improved, and funnily enough, revenue stabilized because actions became consistent. Here's the checkpoint moment. If you remember nothing else from this pillar, remember this sentence: I don't control the scoreboard, I control my standards. Standards are the daily virtues. Scoreboards follow eventually. Try this today. Before lunch, do 1 act of virtue. Ship a draft, end a meeting on time, give credit in the group chat. Write 5 sentences about what worked. That single act changes the story you tell yourself about who you are, and that story drives tomorrow's effort. The reason this sticks is identity. When you see yourself as the kind of person who ships, restrains, serves, and learns, you don't need as much motivation. You're just acting in line with who you are. And when chaos hits, virtue gives you a way to win the day even if every outcome slips. That's real balance, earned in action, not promised by a calendar. Amor, Fati, and friction mastery. Now make friction your fuel. Amor Fati sounds poetic, but it's brutally practical. Love your constraints and build with them, not around them. The phrase is popularized by Nietzsche, but the spirit matches Stoic practice. Prefer events as they occur and use them as training. When you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, how does this help me practice my standards? You get momentum under any conditions. The reason this matters is simple. Life won't remove obstacles on your schedule. If setbacks kill your plan, you don't have a plan, you have a wish. Here's the shift. Most people treat constraints like bugs to be patched later. Stoics treat them like the material of the day's work. If the day gives you interruptions, your practice is temperance and decision speed. If the day gives you ambiguity, your practice is courage and clear asks. If the week gives you low energy, your practice is wisdom, choosing smaller wins that still keep the flywheel turning. This clicked for me when I realized my perfect conditions days were rare. Waiting for them was just self-sabotage with good branding. Let me show you exactly how to operationalize Amor Fati with a premortem. Before a key week or project, run a 5-minute drill. Assume it failed, then list the most likely reasons. Team dependency slips. Kid gets sick. Power outage. Scope creep. Decision maker goes silent. Now for each, pre-build a plan B and see if the team slips. What's the adapted win? Maybe ship the skeleton and mark the gaps. If the kid gets sick, what's your minimum viable day? Maybe 90-minute deep block at dawn, then floors only. If power goes out, where's your offline list? This isn't paranoia, it's prospective hindsight, Gary Klein's research on premortems. You're removing excuses in advance. Concrete example, you've got a demo Thursday. Premortem reveals 2 big risks: vendor API instability and your own tendency to overpolish. Plan B, record a clean walkthrough video and preload screenshots. Plan C, switch to a storytelling demo that anchors on outcomes, not live clicks. You also set a ceiling on polish, lock visuals by Wednesday noon. When Thursday hits, if the API wobbles, your story and assets carry the day. The difference isn't luck, it's friction literacy. Now here's where most people mess up: toxic positivity. They slap a smiley face on pain and call that stoicism. That's bypassing reality. Stoics acknowledge the sting, then channel it. A setback can both hurt and help. So use because reframes with teeth, not fluff. The launch delay hurts because expectations were set, but that same delay sharpens our onboarding flow. This budget cut is painful because it limits scope. Because of that, we'll focus on the 20% that drives 80% of value. You're not denying the hit, you're assigning it a job. Let's build your friction to fuel list in 2 minutes. Step 1, list 3 recurring constraints. Maybe late approvals, afternoon energy crash, family unpredictability. Step 2, write the adapted win for each. Late approvals, ship a version that's safe to review without blockers. Energy crash, do admin plus a 20-minute walk. Family unpredictability, protect morning deep block and evening floor. Step 3, name the virtue this friction trains. Late approvals train justice and influence clarity. Energy dips train wisdom and temperance. Unpredictability trains courage, starting even when perfect isn't possible. Post that list where you plan. When the friction shows up, you know exactly what to do. Quick win, run because reframes today. Take one constraint that's already bugging you and complete the sentence twice. Because X, I will Y keep it specific and behavioral. This leverages attribution reappraisal, a well-documented way to reduce stress arousal by assigning constructive meaning. You'll feel the switch from complaint to craft. Common mistakes to avoid. Treating premortems like fear lists without building counters. Always pair a risk with a plan B and a smallest win definition. Making adapted wins too vague. Do something isn't an adapted win. Ship outline V1 by 11 a.m. is. Using Amor Fati as an excuse to accept bad systems. Love the fate of today while still improving the system tomorrow. Accept the event, improve the process. Micro story. A designer I coach kept losing days to surprise feedback. Every late comment triggered a spiral, then an all-nighter. We ran a premortem. Late feedback is likely. Plan B. Freeze core layout by Tuesday, create a modular element library, and record a 2-minute loom explaining rationale. Adapted win. Deliver iteration with rationale, capture change requests for next sprint. Because of this, they stopped thrashing. Feedback still came late, but it landed on a structure that could absorb it. Their sleep improved. Ironically, stakeholders started sending feedback earlier. Clarity begets clarity. If you remember nothing else from this pillar, remember this: constraints are criteria. They don't make your work worse, they make it real. Build for the world you're actually in, and you'll feel more in control because you are. And once you treat friction as training, your identity tightens. You're someone who ships under pressure, rests under noise, and treats setbacks as source code for the next version. That's Amor Fati, not romance, but reliable power. System 1, the weekly season map. Now operationalize all of this at the weekly level. The weekly season map is where you stop wishing for balance and start designing it. Purpose. Name the season, align energy and expectations, and make trade-offs explicit so they don't ambush you midweek. Start with a 10-minute Sunday session. Step 1, choose your dominant focus for the next 7 days. One word or phrase only: launch, recovery, family, learning, or maintenance. This anchors everything else. Step 2, set your ceilings and floors. Ceilings prevent sprawl, meeting caps, max hours, max sprints. Floors protect your life, sleep minimum, movement baseline, connection commitment. Step 3, define enough statements, what done looks like even if chaos hits. This is critical. It keeps you from chasing endless more. Let me show you exactly how to fill it out. Right at the top, season, launch week. Now 3 boxes, top 3 outcomes, top 3 efforts, non-negotiables. Outcomes are results you'll influence but can't force. Efforts are the controllable actions that drive them. Non-negotiables are health and relationship floors. Example for a launch week. Top 3 outcomes: publish landing page, secure 3 beta users, finalize deck. Top 3 efforts: ship copy by Monday noon, send 10 targeted invites, rehearse deck daily 15 minutes. Non-negotiables: 7-hour sleep floor, 30 minutes movement 5 days, device-free dinner 3 nights. Now add ceilings and buffers. Meeting ceiling, 4 for the week. Deep work, 2 90-minute blocks per day. Buffer, 15% time margin across the calendar and a 30-minute contingency block after any high-stakes event. Decision windows: if invites don't get responses by Wednesday 2 p.m., pivot to warm intros. This isn't rigidity, it's guardrails. Contrast with a family season. Season, family events. Outcomes: attend 2 school events, complete quarterly review, maintain publishing streak. Efforts: schedule events first, batch review in 1 2-hour window, write 250 words daily. Non-negotiables: 8-hour sleep floor, daily walk with partner, no work devices, 6-8 p.m. ceilings, 2 meetings per day, 1 evening work session max. Buffer, Friday morning open for spillover. Notice we aren't lowering standards, we're fitting standards to reality. The thing most people miss, hiding costs. If you don't state the trade-offs, you pay them in guilt, so write them down in plain language. Because it's launch week, I will miss 2 social events and order takeout twice. Because it's family week, my publishing cadence slows to maintenance. Both are intentional. When trade-offs are explicit, guilt drops and resentment doesn't build. Now integrate CIA for each outcome, list the week's control actions, 1 influence lever, and anything to accept. Landing page, control finalize copy Monday, implement Tuesday. Influence ask designer for 1-hour polish with 2 options. Accept if feedback is late, publish V1 with placeholder image. Beta users, control, identify 10 ideal names, craft personalized notes. Influence, send invites with 2 time slots and a clear next step. Accept some will ghost, revisit Wednesday. Deck, control record practice runs daily. Influence ask mentor for 10-minute review. Accept availability constraints. Define enough statements next. Outcomes enough, publish V1 by Thursday noon, 2 beta calls scheduled, deck rehearsal 5 times. Effort enough, 90 minutes deep work per day, 1 courageous ask daily, nightly 5-sentence review. Health enough, sleep 7+, movement 30 minutes, 1 quality conversation. These become your weekly scoring criteria. Common mistakes. Making 5 priorities top, pick 3. The rest are secondary and go in a parking lot. Planning hours instead of energy. Put deep work where energy peaks, put admin in low energy slots. 0 buffer weeks. If your calendar looks perfect, it's brittle. Add slack now or get forced slack later. Vague non-negotiables. Be healthy isn't a floor. Walk 30 minutes is. Quick win, do the 10-minute Sunday season declaration. Write season, outcomes, efforts, non-negotiables, ceilings, buffers, and trade-offs. Then calendar the deep blocks first, not the meetings. Meetings expand to fill space. Deep work disappears unless you defend it. Micro story. A director I coach used to start Mondays by saying yes to every meeting, then tried to find time for strategy. We flipped it. Season, strategy push. Ceilings, 3 meetings per day. Deep work booked 9:11 a.m. Buffers, 15% margin, 1 contingency block daily. Enough statement set, 2 strategy memos, 4 courageous asks, 5 nightly reviews. By Friday, the memos were done, meetings stayed inside caps, and their team finally had clarity. They didn't work more. They worked within designed constraints. 2 pro moves. First, color code by lanes, control blocks in 1 color, influence windows in another, accept reminders as light notes, not alarms. This keeps you honest about where effort goes. Second, link your virtue KPIs to the calendar. Courage before noon, temperance at shutdown, justice as a Friday, lift someone's slot, wisdom nightly. You're designing implementation intentions, which research shows increases follow-through by pre-deciding when and where actions occur. If you remember nothing else about the weekly season map, name the season, cap the sprawl, floor the essentials, and pre-commit to trade-offs. You'll feel calmer on Monday and prouder on Friday because your week matched reality and your values. System 2, the daily virtue block. This is your anchor, 20 minutes that start the day with character, not chaos. Purpose is simple. Stabilize your aim, pick 1 courageous move, and make peace with what's outside your control before the world starts shouting. Here's the structure. 3 moves, 20 minutes. Move 1, a short journal to clear your head and set standards. Move 2, a 60-second control check using CIA. Move 3, 1 visible virtue action before you touch anything reactive. Tight, repeatable, done. Let me show you exactly how to run it. Minute 2, sit down, phone away, timer on. Write today's date and your season label at the top. The label cues the right trade-offs so you don't promise fantasy. Minutes 2-8, 5 prompts, 1 sentence each. 1, control influence, accept what's 1 of each. 2, what is enough for today? 3, what single courageous act will I do before noon? 4, where will I practice temperance? 5, who will I lift or serve today? Keep it fast and concrete, no essays. Minutes 8-10, run the 60-second CIA micro triage. Circle the top control action, choose one influence lever with a decision window, write one accept line with a revisit time. If something still feels sticky, ask, what's my smallest next visible action? And write that down. Minutes 10-20, do the virtue action before anything else. This is critical. If courage is your KPI, ship a draft, send the hard email, or make the ask. 2 minutes of send beats 20 minutes of polishing avoidance. If temperance is the day's emphasis, set your shutdown alarm, block your deep work, and hard cap your meetings. If justice is the focus, send a quick lift note or unblock a teammate. If wisdom is primary, do the 5-sentence review from last night's notes to set today's choice. The thing most people miss is order. If you check email first, the day owns you. If you act first, you own the day. That single move flips your identity from reactor to initiator, an immediate identity cue that primes consistent behavior. You start with the standards you set, not the requests that arrive. Let me give you a concrete example. Daily virtue block for a launch week day. Journal, C equals finalize landing page copy. I equals follow up with 2 beta candidates. Decision by 2 p.m. A equals design review timing. Enough equals publish V1 by noon, walk 30 minutes, device-free dinner. Courage act, ship the draft to the designer with rationale before 9:30. Temperance, stop work at 6 p.m., no slack after, 2 coffees max. Justice, send a thank you note to yesterday's reviewer, credit them in the doc. Wisdom, tonight's 5-sentence review scheduled at 9:15. Then they do the courage act immediately. 10 minutes later, momentum is real. Inbox can wait. Common mistakes that break this block. Overbuilding it into a 90-minute morning routine. This is a launch pad, not a lifestyle. Keep it at 20 minutes max. Vague journaling that feels nice but doesn't change behavior. Replace be focused with start at 9:00, write intro paragraph. Starting with planning porn tools, templates, color coding before doing the courageous action. Action first, aesthetics later. Treating the block as optional on busy days. Those are the days you need it most because it shrinks chaos into a plan you can run. Now a quick win variation for high-constraint mornings. If the household is wild or you've got a 7 a.m. call, use the 5-sentence minimum. Write 1C, 1 action. 2I, 1 lever plus decision time. 3A, 1 line accept. 4 courage, today's act. 5 enough, 1 sentence. Then do the act. You can compress this to 3 minutes and still set the tone. Micro story. A VPI coach said mornings were lost to early pings and kid chaos. We switched to a strict daily virtue block, 5-sentence journal while coffee brewed, then immediately record a 90-second loom to unblock the team. That was their courage act. They hit send by 7:20. The rest of the morning could wobble, momentum was banked. Their afternoon decisions got cleaner because the day started with standards, not stress. Use pattern interrupts to keep it sticky. Pair the block with a trigger you already do, coffee, opening your laptop, or sitting at your desk. Use a physical card or a notes template so you don't think about format. And set a tiny reward. Once the courage act is done, you're allowed to open communication apps. Tie this back to boundaries. At the end of the block, place your temperance guardrails. Set your shutdown alarm, confirm your deep work block, and cap your meetings. That takes 60 seconds, and it prevents the day from bleeding out. Checkpoint moment. If you remember nothing else about the daily virtue block, remember this: act before you absorb. When you move one important thing under your control before the world loads, your nervous system settles and your standards lead. Try it tomorrow morning. 20 minutes. Journal, CIA, 1 virtue action. Then step into the day with less noise and more spine. System 3, boundary design, floors, ceilings, buffers. This is where your plans stop leaking. Boundary design protects health, relationships, and deep work so momentum isn't a coincidence, it's baked in. Think of it as 3 layers that hold under stress: floors, ceilings, and buffers. Floors keep you human. Ceilings prevent endless stretch. Buffers absorb the hits you can't predict. Put them together and your days get sturdier without becoming rigid. Start with floors, minimums you hit even on messy days. Floors aren't aspirational, they're baselines. Pick 3 categories: sleep, movement, connection. Then make them numeric so there's no debate. Examples: sleep floor equals 7 hours average across the week. Movement floor equals 30 minutes of walking 5 days. Connection floor equals 1 device-free meal or a 10-minute check-in with someone you love daily. Floors matter because willpower dips and chaos rises. A defined minimum preserves your engine and your relationships when everything else flexes. Now ceilings, the caps that stop work from swallowing everything. This is temperance in action. Choose limits where you tend to sprawl. Work sprints, cap at 4 90-minute deep blocks per day max, meetings, 2 per day or 10 per week. Communication windows, 3 checks a day, late morning, mid-afternoon, shutdown. These numbers are examples, tune them to your season. The key is that a ceiling forces trade-offs. If you're at your meeting cap, new requests push something else off, not your sleep or dinner. Then buffers, the slack that makes your schedule anti-fragile. Start with a 15% time margin across your calendar. If you plan 6.5 hours of tasks, book 5.5. Every high-stakes event gets a 30-minute contingency block after it. Decision windows create built-in pivots. If I don't have feedback by 2 p.m., I ship V1. And add 1 weekly contingency chunk, say Friday morning, reserved for spillover, not to be pre-allocated. Buffers turn variance from a crisis into a nudge. Let me show you exactly how to implement this in 5 moves. Move 1, write your floors, keep it short. Sleep 7h average. Move 30m x 5. Connect 10m daily. If you want a work floor, use a minimum viable day, 1 90-minute deep block, and 1 act of virtue. Floors are wins you can defend under any season. Move 2, choose ceilings where you leak. Meetings cap, deep work cap. After hours cap. Example, no meetings before 10 a.m., max 2 per day, 4 90-15 cycles. Stop work at 6 p.m., no slack after. Put these in your calendar and share the important ones with stakeholders so expectations align. Move 3, build buffers. Add 15% margin by leaving white space. Attach contingency blocks to presentations, interviews, and big deliverables. Define decision windows for influence items. Write them in plain language on the calendar invite so everyone sees the pivot. Move 4, create an adaptation protocol. Brittle rules break, smart rules bend with a method. If a ceiling must be exceeded once, you borrow against the week and repay within 48 hours. If floors are at risk, you downgrade the day to minimum viable and protect sleep. If 2 ceilings are broken in the same week, you trigger a week reset, revisit your season call, add buffer, or cut commitments. This prevents silent drift. Move 5, add decision trees for common collisions. Example, if a meeting request violates your cap, options are 1, decline with 2 alternative slots, 2, shorten to 20 minutes with a pre-read, or 3, swap it for a lower impact meeting. If deep work gets bumped, you reschedule within 24 hours or reduce scope and ship V1. If evening work is unavoidable, you protect tomorrow's sleep by sliding the morning and dropping non-essential meetings. Concrete setup for a focused creator week. Floors, sleep 7h average, walk 30m x 5, device-free dinner 3 nights. Ceilings, 2 meetings day, 2-hour deep block rule before noon, 3 inbox windows. Buffers, 15% margin, 30-minute post-recording cushion, Friday AM spillover. Decision windows, no sponsor reply by WED 3 p.m., publish sponsor-free V1. Adaptation, 1 ceiling borrow allowed, repay with canceled meeting or compressed scope. Common mistakes to avoid. Brittle absolutism, 1 miss and the system collapses. Use the adaptation protocol, don't upgrade a slip into a spiral. Hidden expansions, adding just 1 more meeting because you feel flattered. If it's truly critical, swap, don't stack. Fake floors, calling a floor a goal. If it's not minimum viable under stress, lower it until it's real and build from there. Treating buffers as free time. If you fill them in advance, you're removing your airbags. Micro story, a PM I coach was drowning in meetings and quick sinks. We set ceilings, 10 meetings per week, no mornings before 10, and installed a 20-minute default with a pre-read. We added a 15% margin and a post-demo buffer, plus a decision window. If approval isn't in by 2 p.m., we ship V1. 2 weeks later, their deep work doubled, late nights vanished, and approvals arrived faster because the window created urgency. Same workload, different boundaries. If you remember nothing else from boundary design, remember this. Floors keep you whole, ceilings keep you honest, buffers keep you sane. Design them once, then let them carry the day when willpower won't. Tracking, virtue scorecard, and guilt audit. Now measure what actually matters so you don't drift back into hours math. The goal here is simple. Track inputs you control, character, and effort, then audit guilt so it stops hijacking your week. When you see the right data, your brain relaxes because the scoreboard matches your standards. Start with the virtue scorecard. Make it low friction, 1 card, 4 boxes per day: courage, temperance, justice, wisdom. Next to each, write your seasonal behavior so you're checking an action, not a vibe. Courage, ship before noon. Temperance, stop at 6 p.m. Justice, lift someone. Wisdom, 5-sentence review. These map directly to the classical Stoic virtues. Each day you mark done or not done. That's it. Thresholds matter. You're aiming for 70% adherence, not 100. Why? Because life has variance. 70% wins the week, and that's enough for compounding. If you've got 5 workdays, that's 14 of 20 boxes checked. Behavioral research consistently shows that good enough consistency outperforms perfection attempts, which often trigger all-or-nothing collapse. You'll feel the stability quickly because consistency beats streaks. Tie the scorecard to your weekly season map. At the bottom of your map, add a row labeled Virtue Wins. Each night, tick the boxes. Each Sunday, total the week. Now patterns jump out. Calm weeks correlate with consistent virtue reps. Chaotic weeks feel less destructive if you still hit floors and 2 virtues. This is how you keep ambition sustainable. Common mistakes to avoid with the scorecard. Turning it into a diary. Keep it binary. Did you do the behavior? Yes or no? Moving the goalposts midweek. Hold the behavior steady for the season. Adjust only at the weekly review. Shame math. A missed box is data, not identity. You ask why, then fix the system. Now the guilt audit. Guilt is useful when it signals a real misalignment. It's corrosive when it's driven by fake controllables, fantasy schedules, or hidden shoulds. Psychologically, this reframes maladaptive guilt into problem-solving, CBT again. Separate story from fact. We'll separate signal from noise in 5 minutes. Open a note titled Guilt Audit. Make 3 columns: event, story, fact. Under event, write what triggered the guilt. Missed a workout, late reply, didn't hit 4 hours of deep work, kids' recital overlap. Under story, write the sentence your brain is telling: I'm undisciplined. I let them down, real pros don't miss, bad parent. Under fact, run CIA and seasons. Ask, was this controllable today? What season am I in? Did I protect floors and act in line with virtue? Often, you'll find the guilt is about an outcome you don't control, or a plan that ignored buffers. Then add a 4th line, fix. Choose one of 3 fixes: adjust a floor or ceiling, clarify an influence lever, or rewrite the enough statement. Example, you missed the gym because a crisis ate your evening. Fact, crisis was real, season is launch, you protected sleep. Fix, move movement floor to lunch walks this week and set a 10-minute mobility fallback. Guilt goes down because the plan matches reality. 3 frequent guilt sources and the counter moves. Unreal promises. You told 3 stakeholders end of day to please everyone. Counter, renegotiate early with options and decision windows. Justice isn't saying yes, it's setting clear expectations. Outcome chasing. You graded yourself by views, revenue, or team replied fast. Counter, reframe to inputs, publish count, ask sent, clarity of requests. Track those on your card. Hidden shoulds. I should be able to do it all is not a plan. Counter, name the season and state trade-offs in writing so you stop paying the secret tax. Run a weekly review that blends both tools. Sunday, look at your virtue scorecard totals and list 2 quick insights. Where did consistency hold? Where did it slip? Then scan your guilt audit. Pick 1 adjustment to floors or ceilings and 1 influence script you'll use this week. Keep it to 2 changes max. Too many tweaks create chaos. Micro story. A manager I coach felt constant guilt about not being responsive enough. Their inbox was a fire hose. We ran a guilt audit and found the story was good leaders answer instantly. The fact was their season required deep strategy. Fixes, set a communication ceiling, 3 checks daily, plus a same-day acknowledge and ETA template. They added justice to the scorecard. Respond to blockers same day. Within a week, guilt dropped because expectations were clear, and their team felt more supported with fewer, better messages. Quick win, tonight, create your card for the week and write 1 guilt event from the past 7 days. Run CIA on it, then write 1 fix. Place the card where you end your day so the nightly review is automatic. If you remember nothing else here, remember this. Measure standards, not spikes. Study guilt like a scientist, not a judge. When your metrics reflect what you control and your audit upgrades your system, balance stops being a feeling you chase and becomes proof you can see. Handling chaos, the 24-hour Stoic reset. When everything hits at once, missed goals, bad news, inbox blowing up, you don't need a hero day. You need a 24-hour reset that stops the spiral and gets you back to standards fast. Think of this as CIA on fast forward, wrapped in one virtuous action and clean communication. First, the trigger. Notice rising reactivity, rapid task switching, doom scrolling, snapping at teammates, or rewriting the same sentence 10 times. The moment you catch it, say, reset, out loud if you can. That word interrupts the panic loop and starts a protocol you've already practiced. Step 1, stop. Close everything. 1 minute of box breathing, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6, hold 2, calms your nervous system enough to think. You can't plan from panic. Step 2, run a 60-second control check. Write 3 lines, control, influence, accept. Under control, pick one action that materially improves the situation today. Under influence, choose one lever with a decision window. Under accept, name the hard fact you won't negotiate with for the next 24 hours. This shrinks chaos into a map. Step 3, choose one virtuous action and do it immediately. Courage could be the honest update you've been avoiding. Temperance could be shutting down non-essential meetings. Justice might be unblocking a teammate first. Wisdom might be setting a new decision by time. One action. Visible, done now. Step 4, protect floors and ceilings. Reset days tempt compensatory overwork. I'll just power through the night. That usually backfires. Keep your sleep floor and your meeting caps. If you must borrow, do it once and repay within 48 hours by canceling or shrinking something else. The point is to stabilize, not to punish yourself with a performance marathon. Step 5, send a reset message to stakeholders. You're not hiding, you're leading. Use a plain script that sets expectations and buys you breathing room without drama. Template. State the status. We're off the original timeline. Name the cause without blame. Dependency slip plus scope creep. Give the new plan with options. Publishing V1 Thursday 12 p.m. or V1 Friday 3 p.m. Specify your influence lever. I need a go-no-go on option A by today 3 p.m. Reaffirm standards. We'll maintain quality floors and communicate changes same day. Short, clear, respectful, you've shifted from apology to agency. Let me show you exactly how this plays out with a launch slip scenario. You're supposed to go live Wednesday. It's Tuesday afternoon and key assets are late. Trigger hits. You call reset. Stop, 60 seconds of breathing, screens down. Control, finalize copy and record a fallback walkthrough video. Influence, send a 2-option escalation, ship V1 Thursday 12 p.m. with placeholder visuals or V1 Friday 3 p.m. with full polish. Decision by 3 p.m. today. Accept, original Wednesday date is gone. Virtue action, courage, send the update now with the options, not at 9 p.m. after you've stewed all evening. Then temperance, cancel 2 non-critical meetings to open a deep block. Wisdom, book a 30-minute post-mortem Friday to capture lessons. Justice, credit the team's work and avoid blame in the note. Protect floors, keep your sleep plan. No heroics tonight. Your floor keeps tomorrow functional. Common mistakes that wreck resets. Compensatory overwork. You try to earn back time at the cost of your brain. Result, lower quality, more mistakes, more cleanup. Vague communication. We're delayed, sorry. That invites ping pong and panic. Always offer options and a decision window. Fake acceptance. You say you accept the slip but keep pushing the dead date internally. That creates quiet chaos. Once it's moved, work the new plan. Reset inflation. You try to fix 3 problems in one day. The reset is about triage and momentum, not a total overhaul. A quick win tool, the 2-line reset message. Use it when you're underwater and need to buy clarity fast. Line 1, I'm resetting for 24 hours to stabilize X, next update at time. Line 2, meanwhile, I'm doing 1 control action and 1 influence ask with a decision by time. send that to anyone waiting on you. It lowers anxiety on both sides. Micro story. A lead engineer I coach had an outage plus a hiring panel plus a board prep, all in 36 hours. Old pattern, grind till 2 a.m., snap at people, ship sloppy fixes. We installed the reset. He called it early, did the control triage, stabilize service, assign a comms lead, push board prep 24 hours with 2 options, then sent the 2-line message. He hit one courageous action, tell the VP the new plan, capped meetings, slept 7 hours, and shipped clean. The outage still sucked. The day didn't eat him alive. If you remember nothing else, the reset is a 24-hour container. You compress decisions, act on what's yours, request what you need, and guard your floors. Do that, and chaos becomes a bump, not a cliff. Real scenarios, applying the framework. Let's stress test this with real lives, not theory. Startup sprint plus family. Season, fundraising plus toddlers. Name it. Ceilings, 3 meetings per day, 2 evenings max per week. Floors, sleep 7 hours average, 20-minute play block daily, walk with stroller after dinner. Weekly season map, outcomes, secure 3 investor second calls, ship V1 metrics deck, maintain shipping streak. Efforts, send 5 targeted intros Monday, rehearse deck 15 minutes daily, publish 1 founder update. CIA, control deck iterations, outreach list, calendar holds. Influence, warm intros with 2 slots, decision windows by Wednesday 3 p.m. except investor response times. Daily virtue block, courage before noon equals 1 ask, justice equals quick thank you notes, temperance equals laptop closed at bath time, wisdom 5-sentence review. Boundary design, 15% buffer, post-pitch contingency, no slack after 6 p.m. adaptation protocol. If one evening runs late, the next evening is sacred. Result, momentum on capital without blowing up bedtime. Trade-off stated, fewer social events this month, guilt drops because it's written. Corporate unpredictability. Role, senior manager with fire drills. Season, Q3 volatility. Ceilings, 2 urgent blocks daily, 10 meetings per week, no meetings 9-11 a.m. Floors, 30-minute movement, device-free dinner, 7-hour sleep. Buffers, 30 minutes after every exec review, Friday a.m. spillover. CIA each morning, control, prep for likely escalations, write pre-reads, clarify decision rights. Influence, escalation script with stakes and 2 options, renegotiate deadlines by noon. Accept last-minute pivots. Virtue KPIs, courage equals say the trade-off aloud in meetings, justice equals answer blocker pings same day, temperance equals 3 inbox windows, wisdom equals nightly 3 bullet postmortem. Decision tree. If a fire drill lands in deep work, either 1 punt to the urgent block, 2 shorten to 20 minutes with a pre-read, or 3 trade for lower impact meeting. Guilt audit, when not responsive enough, shows up, check facts, in season, caps respected, blockers cleared. Fix scripts, not sleep. Creative with variable income. Season, build and book. Floors, 2-hour craft block before noon, outreach 5 days, movement 30 minutes, weekly portfolio update. Ceilings, 2 client calls per day, 3 platforms max for publishing, no weekend edits without a swap. Buffers, 15% margin, hold Wednesday p.m. for admin post-pitch cushion. Weekly map, outcomes, book 2 paid slots, publish 2 pieces, draft pitch deck. Efforts, 10 targeted pitches, daily craft, batch content in 1 session. CIA, control, write, edit, pitch, influence, social proof lever, deadline clarity, alternatives, starter package. Accept algorithm behavior, client timelines. Virtue KPIs, courage, make the uncomfortable ask daily. Temperance equals stop polish at 80% and ship. Justice equals credit collaborators publicly. Wisdom equals review pitch hit rate weekly and adjust. Advanced influence, use a 2-sentence ask with a tiny commitment. Can I send 3 ideas by Thursday? Exit criteria. After 2 nudges and 1 alternative, move to accept and pitch elsewhere. Income steadies through consistent inputs. Health setback, season, recovery first. Minimum viable day becomes the plan. Floors, sleep 8 hours, mobility 10 minutes, 1 nourishing meal, 1 connection touch. Ceilings, no more than 1 deep block, no meetings before 11 a.m., cap total work at 3 hours. Buffers, 30% margin, daily nap window, medical contingency. Weekly outcomes shift, maintain client trust, keep the flywheel turning, support bodies healing. Efforts, send weekly update, ship smallest shippable parts, automate or template routine tasks. CIA, control draft microdeliverables, schedule updates, influence, renegotiate timelines early with options, accept energy variability. Virtue KPIs, courage equals honest health status and updates, temperance equals stop at the cap, justice equals prioritize unblocking others, wisdom equals nightly micro-review to tune scope. Amor Fati reframes, because energy is limited, focus on leverage tasks, because of appointments, protect morning deep block. Guilt audit catches, I should be able to do more. Fix, lower ceilings, tighten enough statements, celebrate floors. Common mistake across scenarios, copying someone else's season. A VP's cadence won't fit your freelance life. A creator's batch week won't fit your on-call schedule. So name your own season and update weekly. On Sunday, ask, what changed? What's the dominant constraint? Which ceiling leaked? Which floor saved me? Then adjust one lever, not 10. A quick combined example. Startup parent with a rocky quarter. Season, bridge runway plus family care. Weekly map, outcomes extend runway 2 months, keep product momentum, protect family evenings. Efforts daily investor touch, 90-minute build block, 1 p.m. sync. Floors, sleep 7+, walk 20 minutes, dinner device free. Ceilings, 2 meetings day, 3 evenings week max, 3 inbox windows. Buffers, 15% margin, post-pitch cushion, Friday spillover. Virtue KPIs, courage equals ask daily, temperance equals stop at 6 p.m., justice equals unblock PM same day, wisdom equals nightly 5 sentences. CIA, control right asks, build features, influence warm intros with options, accept decision cycles. Adaptation protocol engaged after a surprise illness. Downgrade to minimum viable day, protect sleep, move asks to voice notes at noon, log, borrow, and repay with a canceled non-critical meeting. Guilt doesn't spike because the season call is explicit and the system flexes by design. That's how the framework holds when life isn't tidy. Constraints guide choices, virtues keep pride intact, and CIA keeps effort aimed where it works. 30-day plan, from balance trap to stoic momentum. Let's turn the framework into momentum you can feel in 30 days. 4 simple weeks, each with one focus. Keep the tools minimal. Consistency beats complexity. Week 1 is foundation. The weekly season map plus a baseline daily virtue block and a simple virtue scorecard. Sunday, run a 10-minute season declaration. Name your dominant focus, set ceilings and floors, choose top outcomes and efforts, and write explicit trade-offs. Each morning, do the 20-minute daily virtue block. Journal, CIA, 1 virtue action before anything reactive. Each night, mark the 4 boxes on your scorecard for courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom. Your only goal this week is rhythm. Aim for 70% adherence, 5 daily virtue blocks out of 7, 14 virtue check marks. Expect clunkiness for 2 days. By day 4, the morning act will feel like a relief. Week 2 is structure, boundary design, and a buffer stress test. Keep week 1 running. Add numeric floors, sleep, movement, connection, and ceilings, meeting caps, deep work blocks, inbox windows. Build buffers, 15% time margin and contingency blocks after high-stakes items. Then stress test. Midweek, deliberately shrink a deep block or slide 1 meeting and see if your buffers and decision windows hold. If they don't, tighten 1 ceiling and add 1 contingency. Don't add 5 rules. 1 adjustment per category, then run it for the week. You'll notice fewer oops moments because the airbags are finally installed. Week 3 is refinement, tracking, and the guilt audit. Keep your routines and boundaries. Now each night, total your virtue check marks and write 1 sentence. What helped consistency today? On Sunday, run a 5-minute guilt audit on the week's top 2 guilt spikes. Write event, story, fact, fix. If you find unreal promises, adjust expectations earlier with options. If you find outcome chasing, rewrite enough statements and add 1 input metric to your weekly map. If floors kept slipping, lower them to something real and add a fallback, 10-minute mobility, 250-word draft. This week is about removing friction in your system, not trying harder. Week 4 is pressure-proofing, scenario drills, and the 24-hour Stoic reset. Keep everything else humming. Pick 2 likely disruptions, a vendor slip, a family surprise, an internal fire drill. Run a 5-minute premortem for each. Likely failure reasons, plan B and C, adapted win, virtue it trains. Write a 2-line reset message template and save it. then practice once. Trigger a small reset on purpose. Pause, breathe, run CIA, do one courageous action, send a concise update with options and a decision window, and protect floors. The point is to wire the reset before the big moment. You'll feel calmer simply knowing you have a container. How do you know it's working? Success signals are small but obvious. Calmer decisions in the morning, fewer reactivity spikes at midday, and a steadier energy curve by Thursday. You'll notice that misses sting less because the scorecard shows wins you control. Stakeholders will respond faster to clear options and decision windows. Choice architecture reduces back and forth and speeds commitments. Your family will feel the presence created by floors and shutdown alarms. You'll end more days saying, "I did my standards," which is the psychological fuel for week 2. Pitfalls to watch for. First, adding complexity when you feel good. Don't. Stay with one behavior per virtue per season. Second, turning every tool into a ritual. The daily virtue block is 20 minutes, not a morning show. Third, moving the goalposts. Hold your enough statements for the week. Revise on Sunday, not daily. Fourth, mistaking influence for control. One lever per day, then switch lanes or accept and move. A quick 30-day checklist you can screenshot. Week 1, season map on Sunday. 20-minute daily virtue block, 4-box scorecard. 70% is a win. Week 2, floors, ceilings, buffers live. 1 midweek stress test. 1 adjustment per category. Week 3, nightly totals. 2-item guilt audit on Sunday. Fix, adjust floors, ceilings, or rewrite enough. Week 4, 2 premortems, 2 adapted wins, 1 practice reset. Save the 2-line script. Advance note for influence-heavy roles. Pick 1 high-leverage influence target per week. Write the smallest ask, name a deadline, and state an alternative. Add an exit criterion, 2 nudges and 1 alternative, then accept and pivot. Track asks sent on your scorecard under courage. Micro story to close the loop. A creator-operator ran this plan in a rough quarter. Algorithm dips, family obligations, looming launch. Week 1, mornings stopped feeling frantic. Week 2, ceilings killed meeting creep and buffers absorbed chaos. Week 3, the guilt audit exposed fantasy output. Enough got real. Week 4, a reset caught a slip early. Stakeholders chose an option fast. Revenue still bounced, but their days felt won. That's Stoic momentum. Control what's yours, influence what you can, accept the rest, and keep shipping. Advanced, influence lane tactics. If your role lives in influence, managers, PMs, creators pitching partners, this is where you win without burning bridges. The rule is simple: 1 high leverage lever per outcome per day. Not 5 pings. 1 precise move that lowers friction and raises clarity. Start by separating leverage from noise. High leverage influence has 3 traits. It targets a true decision maker or blocker, it makes the next step tiny, and it names a decision window. Busywork influence splashes messages across channels, copies 5 people, and hopes someone moves. Your calendar can't afford hope. It needs designed asks. Use the ladder of levers. Level 1, clarity prompts turn fuzzy asks into yes-no choices. Level 2, convenience, do the first draft, attach the file, propose 2 time slots. Level 3, consequence transparency, state stakes and trade-offs calmly. Level 4, alternatives, offer an A-B path so no becomes no but. Level 5, escalation with respect, surface risk to a higher altitude when a timeline or principle is at stake. Scripts you can lift today. Clear ask. Can you approve version B as final by 3 p.m. today? If so, I'll ship V1 at 4 p.m. If not, I'll ship B as a placeholder and schedule polish Friday. Renegotiation. We can hit Friday with scope X, or keep full scope and move to Tuesday 3 p.m. Which do you prefer? I'll lock the plan by 1 p.m. Respectful escalation. I'm escalating to keep our date. We're blocked on data access. Options: 1, temporary read-only access today to build V1. 2, push launch to Monday. Please confirm which by 2 p.m. to avoid slip by default. BATNA framing, your best alternative to a negotiated agreement. If I don't hear by 3 p.m., I'll proceed with the placeholder flow so we hit the milestone. We can layer improvements in V11 Friday. Social proof without name dropping. 2 teams shipped this pattern in Q2 and cut support tickets 18%. I've attached a one-pager and propose we pilot the same for this release. Thumbs up by noon. Small commitments over big ones. Can I send you 3 bullet options by 5 p.m. and you pick one? No meeting required. Deadline clarity. To make Thursday, I need your go/no-go by Wednesday 11 a.m. After that, risk rises and we'll trim scope. Alternatives that protect standards. If budget caps, we can 1. Keep quality and ship fewer modules, or 2. Maintain scope and accept lower polish. My vote, option 1. Boundaries keep influence clean. Exit criteria stop you from living in the influence lane forever. Set them now, 2 nudges on separate days plus 1 alternative offered. If there's no movement, you pivot to accept for that thread and move effort to a new path. Write the exit on the ticket so you don't second guess. Exit after Friday 12 p.m. Ship V1 sans API. Common confusions to avoid. Influence is not control, you don't guarantee a yes. Measure effort, not outcome. Influence is not passivity, you design the ask and set the clock. And influence isn't aggression, stakes and deadlines are clear, tone stays calm. Make it visible in your plan. Each morning, pick 1 influence target, 1 lever, 1 decision window. Put it at the top of your daily virtue block right after your control action. Then log it on your virtue scorecard under courage if it's a stretch ask. Track asks sent weekly. You'll see a lagging indicator. Responses speed up as your requests get cleaner. Friction reduction plus clear deadlines increases compliance rates. 2 micro tactics, raise response rates immediately. Pre-read rule, send a one-pager the day before with the exact question you'll ask bolded at the top. Meetings shrink or vanish. Default to options. Every message ends with A-B. Ambiguity is the enemy of momentum. If you remember nothing else about influence, people move faster when you remove thinking tax. Do the thinking, shrink the step, set the window, and be ready with the alternative. That's leverage. The shift that sticks. Trade the balance myth for 3 moves you control. CI clarity, virtue as your KPI, and season-aware design with real floors, ceilings, and buffers. That's how you chase big goals without hating your life. Start today with the 60-second control check and 1 courageous action before noon. Then run the 30-day plan to lock the rhythm. Subscribe if you want the default day design next, my exact calendar template and scripts. This is your shift, from hours math to standards, from plan worship to buffers, from outcome chasing to virtue. Do the check, send the ask, protect your floors, end here. Go act.